Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. Your host Superman in the house. Here we are. Wow! Volatility. That's part of crypto, and boy, we have got it with obviously the United States bombing Iran, and of course a very successful mission. We saw the Secretary of State, Secretary of State out today on Fox News talking about all those details. We heard the Secretary of Defense there with General Kane, the Master Chief General Kane, talking about the successful bombing of the nuclear sites. I, for one, am very happy about that. I think it's well overdue. I remember back in the day when Obama and that were giving, it was about $1.4 billion or something like that in money to them so they could actually help build the damn thing. It was just insanity with, these globalist progressives. But now we've got sanity back in the house. Because that was just going to result. Imagine terrorists with bombs around. I mean, it's just crazy. Good news there. Obviously, we're going to ride through the volatility on the markets. We'll see exactly what the Iranian regime or what's left of it decides to do, and then what the Iranian people decide to do as well. Could see some things happen there now that things have changed dramatically on the ground. We're going to see how it plays out. In any case, we also got Trump's economic plan pushing through. We got the big tax bill. We got the trade deals being done. So we've got a lot in the mix, and that creates a lot of volatility in the markets. So let's see where the markets are today. It is a lazy Sunday, of course, in the United States. And we saw Bitcoin get sell down a little bit. These are typically what happens on the Sunday, especially with news like this. So we did see Bitcoin dip below 100K, but it has bounced back over 100K. And so a nice daily close over 100K is going to be a positive thing. We'll check all that out in the charts as we go. We're also going to be checking out a couple of new charts for Bitcoin Rainbow charts, Bitcoin Reward charts, before we get into the PulseChain markets and see how that's all going on as well. So hope you guys enjoying the content. Don't forget to post the show out as always. Now, either today or tomorrow, we've got the Monster Thread coming out for week number 7. Can you believe it? Week number 7 for the Monster Thread is going so good. So big shout out to MBS Crypto there, our promotional lead at the Crypto Night Show, working hard on that. So pretty cool. Now, anyway, share the show on X because we are streaming live, and it's good times. So let's post that out, and if you take a second to do that, it'd be really great. I'm going to post it in the chat there. We've got Wookie in the house there. It's time to go Bitcoin. Yeah, absolutely, time to go Bitcoin. We'll hopefully check up on the futures market as well. We're going to check out to see where the futures are for the stock market leading into tonight's opening trade. But here we are. Yeah, smash that out on X, the show, and sharing is caring, as they say. All right, so that is the link. Let's go for gold. Let's get into some of the details here on X, and I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit, get rid of some of the edges, and we can see that we've been talking about that. So yeah, Bitcoin bounce. That's what we're going to talk about today. Got a little poll out there at the moment with the PulseChain ladies out there. And what is your Pulse coin sentiment for the next 3 months ahead, July to September? So we're going to see how that goes. If you guys want to fill that out, I'll also post the list, post that in the chat there too. There's the poll, and you can hit that up and post your vote, share it around. Also, that's actually part of something else. You'll find out in due course. That is it's part of something else. So that is the poll. Go out and vote. Where do you think Pulse, bullish, bearish, or hodl in the next 3 months, July to September? Bam. All right, so that's some of the cool stuff there. Let's jump into it. Now, if you guys haven't joined any of the socials, they're in the video description. Join up to our Telegram. I really encourage you to get in there. It's all free to do. Obviously, follow on YouTube if you're on YouTube. Follow on X if you're on X. And, of course, Discord. If you want to get into our strategy club, only $35 a month, and we push heaps of intel through there. Highly recommend joining up to that. That is the strategy club. And there's a lot of good stuff there, right? You're going to get lots of insights into PulseChain there as well. All right, what else? There was DD and Hicks in the house there, 5555, up 100%. and Frank White there. I did some interesting numbers on that the other day. Obviously, Crispy Man's kind of the guy that's crushing all that area of hex these days with analysis and tools. But yeah, did some interesting stuff there. It's coming up in a future thing that we're doing here on the Crypto Night Show. I keep talking in gibberish, but this is the way it goes. Frank White, bang, 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 and bullish gang. Yeah, I added an extra bang there. Bang, bang, bullish gang. There we go. Frank White in the house. If you haven't checked out Pulse Start, I definitely checked it out. Frank White's doing a great job with that. It's got the whole PulseChain ecosystem on that one. So pretty big shout to Frank. Q Baller in the house there. Morning all. Good to see you, Q Baller. Hope you're doing well. And that's Craig, aka Craig. Keeps changing your name. You haven't even told us the backstory about the Q Baller, have you? I don't remember maybe to give us the backstory about that. All right. Let's get into it without further ado. Let's jump into where the futures are. So the futures at the moment are down 0.4%, which is not too bad given the bombing Iran. Obviously the markets are waiting to see what Iran's response will be. So let's not fool ourselves with the gravity of the situation. We're dealing with a terrorist state after all, not the people of Iran, but the regime, the Ayatollahs that they turned on the people in 1979, didn't they, with the revolution? And the people thought, oh, we're going to have a better place than the kingship and all this. And of course, they had a modern country at the time. And of course, they were fooled, weren't they? They were fooled by the radical Islamic extremists. And of course, they've been enslaved ever since, right? So at this freedom time, this is it's not just about the nuclear threat, which is by itself, horrific, but it's actually the freedom of the Iranian people, the Persians. And this could be pretty exciting. If they could get their country back and they could real flourish, then women would also be much more free, which is important. So there we go. We're only down 0.4% at the moment, 5,944 on the US 500. So let's see where that goes. That kind of we'll track that during the day. It's probably a good idea to where that's leading and how the markets go there. Now moving into crypto. Crypto, of course, let's do a refresh of this, and we might go full screen on this, shall we? Let's go full screen mode. Bam. And we've got the market cap at 3.19 trillion, down 3.4%. So we're seeing quite a few down days on the global market cap for crypto, 3.19 trillion. And the Bitcoin price at the moment, it did some pretty dramatic stuff overnight, right? We're going to look at the chart in a minute, but it obviously would dip below 100,000 and is back up over 100,000. So it's pretty important that it closes the day over 100K, as you guys know. Will that start off a chain reaction over the next few days? I guess will depend on the news coming out of Iran. Let's see how much of a rational player they will be. We'll see. Obviously, I'm not expecting too much there. We got 24 hours down 1.4% at $100,739. We got Ethereum at number 2 down 2.6%, $2,225. We got XRP there down 2.1% at $2.01. We got BNB down 2% at 0.1% at $615. We got Solana at number 6 down 2.6%, $131. So I mean they're not too bad, are they? Down 2% at this stage. We'll see how it goes leading into the week ahead, of course. What else we got there? We got USD Tron there. We got Tron there at down 2.5% at 26 cents. A Dogecoin there down 2.1% at 15 cents. And finally, obviously, Lido sitting there at number 10. Those are our top 10 at the moment. And, the best performer, I guess, is Bitcoin, only down 1.4% at the moment. So let's see how it goes. Obviously, we're expecting volatility this week, because we just don't know, exactly where it's going to go. It'd be pretty foolish for, Iran to do more. They've lost air superiority, right? So they don't really control their skies. Their planes are being blown up. Their rockets are being found. Their launchers being found. Obviously they've got lots of caves and sheds and buildings underground, but they're slowly one to one be identified through satellites, right? So, and heat signatures and all these other, modern technologies that are pretty scary, to be honest. And so, we'll see how they go there. They've got a big land army, but if they can't protect the land army on the movement, then they get picked off one by one. That's why they don't just suddenly march over Iraq, right? Going down to Israel, because a lot of them won't make it. A lot of them won't make it. That's pretty much it. That is kind of where we're at the moment. 7 days at the moment, we're down 5% on BNB. So what's the best performer actually? Tron is still the best performer, only down 3.7% at the moment, sitting at 26.4 cents. That is where the top 10 are. Let's look at the top 100. We got Kaya is up at number 8, sitting at number 81. That is up 23% for the week, 4.8% today. White Bitcoin, which has been dominating last couple of days, is up 20.9%. And then Say there, sitting at 79, position 79, is up 12.2%. So only 3 coins in the top 100 are up in decent double digits, and the rest of them are either flat or down at the moment. So not too surprising there. And that's probably not a bad outcome at the moment. It is a lazy Sunday, and we do have obviously the stock market opening up tomorrow. But we saw that the futures is only down 0.4% at the moment. But you probably do need to keep a track on that leading into the stock market going live. See how much that the stock market will move. The other thing, of course, we could suddenly get a trigger from Iran doing something crazy, and we'll see whether they decide to hit, some of the shipping in the Strait of Moors or something, or one of the US bases or something like that. We'll see what they decide to do. All right, so that is the play there. Or will they negotiate? Will they actually, say, hey, we see where things are heading. We're going to, we lost so much now, nuclear. We lost our airplanes, lost our anti-aircraft. I think it's time to try and make a deal. Survival is better than a rapid decline, probably. And of course, they do face threats from within from Iran, right? So we'll see where it all lands. We'll see where it all lands there. All right, so that's the markets there, and let's have a look at the top gainers. We've got Gains Network up 40%. We've got Huobi up 30%, and Lambo up 21% at the moment. So we'll quick look at the Gains Network, shall we? We always have a little sneak peek of these days, and we can see it's been around pretty much since 2nd of November 21, and it's just having a little bounce off the bottom pretty much. So it was down $1.22, is now at $1.84. So it's up 40% there, and it seems to be up on the time frame over the last sort of 2 weeks, up 60%. Gains Network is developing G-Trade, a liquidity efficient, powerful, and user-friendly decentralized leverage trading platform, and that is their first product. So there we go. And the market, what is it? We're ranked number 626. It's kind of a little interesting, making a big move now. Must have some news potentially. And let's go to the website, shall we? G-Trade, decentralized leverage trading, crypto, forex. So they got forex in there, stocks and indices. So that's pretty cool, actually, to have such a variety there. Can do it all on one platform. So maybe that's something worth checking out there as well. It is G-Trade. In fact, I might check that out myself later on. All right, so that is G-Trade. Let's see what else is going on there. We've also got a Huobi, of course, and that is sitting. It's been around obviously for some time, I believe. Yeah, 2018, February 2018, and of course you can see it had a big pump, got up to $35, and has recently been down pretty low, and it's really not doing well at all. But it's 21 cents. Was it 21 cents at the moment? Up 29%. So that's just on the 24-hour. Otherwise, it's pretty much down on every time frame. Huobi, the third largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, and of course, I can't remember what happened to the exchange. Let's go have a check. It's been a long time since I've been on there. There's a problem when you're in decentralized land. You forget about all the centralized exchanges to some degree. So that is Huobi there, ticking away. All right. What else? We got a third one there too. We got Lambo. And Lambo there is up 22%. It's at rank number 795. And how long has it been around? Not very long, is it? Yeah, it's June the 9th. So it's only been around for 2 weeks, is it? Yeah, 2 weeks. And it's up 21% in the last 24 hours. That chart, see, I mean, it's not too bad, the chart, is it? Lambo price, Lambo tokens, don't know what it is, but let's have a quick look. Is it a Lambo? No, AVAX Lambo on AVAX chain. So there we go. It's got some tokenomics and a bit of a Lambo. Buy Lambo. I'm not sure. Are they buying physical Lambos with the tokenomics? Market cap $36 million. MC Calc, market calc. Yeah, I'm playing on Lambo somewhere. Not sure about that one. Maybe it's just a meme. That is Lambo, and it's sitting at number 795. So those are the ones that are top gainers at the moment. And we got the trending. We got Toncoin. So Telegram's been trending quite often these days on CoinGecko. That's a positive sign of potentially value in the future, right? Frank White says G-Trade is solid, been around a long time. So there we are. There's a nice little shout out for G-Trade. yeah, I might check that out later on. Stocks and the index, that's quite neat. Good variety there. Yeah, Strategy Club. If you haven't gotten there, get in there, hit the likes, and let's post it out, says Wookie. And that is Strategy Club. If you guys want to join up today. Only $35 a month. Fantastic value there. Jump on board. All right. Also gives you membership to the Discord, general membership to the Discord as community member. All right. So where are we up to? We got Notcoin is also on the trending and Cross the Ages. I don't know what that is. Well, Cross the Ages. Have a quick look at that, shall we? Rank number 885, Cross the Ages. Launched in 2020, Cross the Ages is a multimedia intellectual property IP that combines futuristic fantasy with sci-fi elements, creating an epic narrative. And there we go. So it's the closest thing we've probably got on PulseChain. PulseChain maybe Pulse of the Fallen, maybe. Oh boy, it's kind of cool artwork, isn't it? Yeah, or games and everything else. Cross of the Ages. They got the universe and everything. They got the lore, markets, cards. They got cards, TCG. You can play it as well. Is it a bit of a card game? Is it on the on this? Yeah, that might check that out as well. Cross the over the ages, rank number 885, down 14%, but 6 cents. Let's see where that goes. So that is the overall markets there on CoinGecko. So yeah, market's down 3.4% and Bitcoin down 1.5%. Still, though, even though it dipped below 100K, has managed to bounce back. We're going to check that out on Bitcoin chart and CoinGecko. So let's do that. And here we are with the chart here. We've been following this, and of course, the market has closed up higher, which is kind of cool. So the market did close on my chart over 100K, so that's positive, although we're in this downtrend at the moment. And what do we have? We had a low of 98,225 with a high of 103,400. So what's that? Is that a $5,000 range? $5,000 range in that candle today. And where are we up to? We're up to 100,656, trying to hold on. Obviously, so often you can just continue to slip down. So it does look like it's a good chance that if we go back, that we've got some support at 97,700. We'll see where we land on that one. We're still in this golden cross. And we've got the special event, right, which is the Iran issue, which is unfortunately one of the big issues as well. And I know that's annoying a lot of people, and fair enough. But that is, it's probably an issue that needs to be dealt with. So I guess there's no use being crypto rich if you're going to have some nuke go up, blow up in LA or somewhere. That's probably the case. All right, so Trump, golden age of America, still ticking away there. Trade deal, a tax bill, all pushing forward over the next week and a half or so. So we're ticking closer to that, aren't we? So let's see where we are. Maybe 11 days to go until that time. So let's see where we go. Now, we did have the Secretary of Commerce, Lutznick, I think it was, out today talking about trade deals, and obviously talking about China's trade deals, Europe trade deals. So the trade deficit with the US, with China, is about 350 billion. With the European Union, it's about 235 billion. So they're addressing those issues because both of those entities, the China and the EU, have massive barriers to trade for American firms, and particularly a lot of non-trade barriers in particular. And so Trump's basically saying, well, if you're going to keep those, then we're going to make you pay you to get access to the US market, which is like everyone's like, oh my god, because they are the big consumer of the world. And so Trump does have a lot of the leverage there, and also with implementation, which has been a big problem with China in particular. Trump's saying, well, if they want to play games with implementation, in other words, not really doing what they say, and playing games, then we will also play games. And so that's what Trump's been doing with their policies as well. So that's been, it's tit for tat. So if you want to play good, you will play good. You want to play bad, we'll play bad, which is great to see. Because previously, the Democrats and all that used to be like, oh, if you play bad, we're going to play good still. And we're not only going to play good, we're going to give you even more. We're going to even reward you for playing bad. I mean, this is the psycho-ness of those people. But, Trump's not mucking around, which is kind of cool to see. So that's where we are at the moment. $100,768 chilling here on the old Bitcoin, still over 100K. We'll see how we get overnight, obviously after the stock market opens. But at the moment, this is where we are at $100,700. All right, let's jump over to some of these other charts that we've got. We've got the Bitcoin halving chart. So we've been tracking this from time to time, and we can see that we're now 29.69% towards the next Bitcoin halving, which is way over here. Past 2028 there. Was it about March or something, February, March? And so we're tracking through there. We're about 30% the way through towards the next Bitcoin halving, which is crazy, right? Crazy. And look, with the last ones, we were already having this banana curve, right, which we're waiting for our season. But of course, Trump's had to fix up a lot of problems, and it's been 6 months or something like that to do that. Right, 20th of January when he got in. It's now 23rd or 22nd, depending where you are. And so that's what's it, 5 months. So 5 months, and Trump's having the deal fix up all these problems that Biden, the Democrats, and put into play. And so that's been a bit of pain, unfortunately, as we've had to go. The patient was sick, and he's had to do some surgery there. But we will come out the other side, and we'll see where the Iranian thing goes. Otherwise, on all other fronts, everything's going pretty well. We'll see what some of the players like Turkey, Pakistan do, North Korea. We'll see what some of these, what Putin will do. China. Things like that. So we'll see how it goes. Now, with the Strait of Hormuz, with the oil trackers, you got to remember that China's got a lot of trade going through there. So there's a limit to potentially what Iran can do in that space as well. With Israel, of course, there's a lot of about 2 million of the Jews that are there from Russia. So there's to some degree a limit to what Putin can do there. There are these other considerations that easily get forgotten. So we'll see how that all lands in due course. So 100,000. We're slowly ticking up here, and we're waiting for this banana part of the market. So maybe August, maybe October could be the kickoff for that. Following the Trump's economic strategy getting placed by the 4th of July, which seems to still be on track. The rainbow chart here, we're currently in the green area here at the moment. But previously we'd been in the last bull market, we got into the orange, top of the orange, almost the red for 2021, and we were clearly in the orange there. Previously in 2017, it was such a big rally, and if you remember that rally, it was crazy, right? We got into the red zone there on the rainbow chart. At the moment, we're currently just at the bottom of the. Actually, we're probably just at the top of the blue, actually. And so we've got a lot of room on this run ahead of us. So I know it's probably been a bit brutal, but bide your time. Once you get through these pain events, the rally's going to be really powerful, no doubt. So up the top here, we're definitely targeting orange. That could be 200. Maybe even by the time we get to maybe in December, we're talking about 200 here to 250, maybe even 250. I mean, it's definitely plausible. So I know that Tom Lee came out yesterday. I think it was yesterday or Friday, one of the day. Maybe it was Friday, coming out with his estimate of 150 to 200 this year. So that's kind of his latest prediction there. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this zone. So yeah, if we get into the top of this orange zone, we're talking about 230. We maybe even dips into the red possibly because of the, we've been rising, but because of the black swan, grey swan events, pinning us down almost. That means that there's all this pent up demand. Once things go good, right? Once the environment's gone good, that we've got all these new players on the markets. We've got the oil-rich countries. We've got all these institutions and corporates buying Bitcoin, and we've got all the U.S. states, clamoring to buy Bitcoin. Obviously, the United States, potentially buying Bitcoin with the neutral strategies or altcoin season, all that sort of stuff. We've got the Trump family and all these other groups trying to do what Michael Saylor's done with strategy. And so it could all be just very game on once you get that sentiment pushing us up into these numbers here towards the end of the year and into the beginning of next year. So that's kind of the play. And that would suit a lot with the historical, sort of rhyming with the historical and game on, right? But obviously we've got to get this Iranian thing out of the way. And, if, Russia and Ukraine, sort of make peace, then and China doesn't invade Taiwan, then I think it's this could all be very, very bullish. And of course, we've got the record M2 money supply. So we've got so many things are still fundamentally good. Unfortunately, we've got to deal with this Iran issue, and personally, I'm glad that they did do that for the longer term stability. So that is kind of the play there at the moment on a rainbow. Now looking at the Bitcoin reward era, we can see that we're kind of tracking up the top here. This is the brown line at the top, and you can see the price of Bitcoin on the side there, 100K, and we're kind of tracking there at the moment. And you can see we're coming into, if we compare it to previous Bitcoin, Bitcoin periods, this is 2021 in the red, and in the orange is 2017, and we got 2014 in the blue here. We can see that we're kind of tracking, we're kind of entering almost the most bullish period here, the banana part, right? So we've got them all on the 2013, 14, 2017, 2018, and we've got it here in 2021, right? So we're kind of coming into those bullish periods, as you can kind of see on the chart. So, particularly August and December looking pretty good here for the pump. And of course, you can see on the multiples here, we're way down, right, on previous eras. So we definitely are lagging behind, which means that we're probably going to have some really big ramp up there moving forward. So, things are looking not too bad there, not too bad at all. In fact, once we get maybe in a couple of weeks' time, we can everything will calm down a bit. We'll see. Really will depend on how psychopathic the Iranians are, even when they're against the wall. What else we got there? Francia now. Hello, guys. Good to see you, Francia. Love those hearts there. And we got Hexvader as well. Hey. Good to see Hexvader. Hexvader's in the house. All right, so that is some other charts there. So it's kind of cool. We're going to get into PulseChain though. So we can do that. Get into PulseChain, Pulse gains, and we might change view again. And here we are, folks. We are day 773. And of course, PulseChain, of course, it was a full system state fork of Ethereum on the 2nd of May 2023. And launched on the 30th of May 2023. Here we are 773 days later, and we've been through more black swan, grey swan events than we would like. But that's kind of what's happened over this time, right? So it's been a crazy ride. We just even recently, obviously last week, got hit by all those whale sales on PulseX, and saw Signum and all that sort of stuff. And so we're still biding our time, still in the accumulation zone. That is where we are at the moment still. And with the price at the moment, quadruple 0242 on Pulse, 24% of the mean sacrifice price is basically up 1% today. So at least it's kind of a green day on PulseChain, even if it's very just making it there. We've got PulseX at the moment, quadruple 0198. And that is broken the 2000 mark actually slightly, and we're sitting just below 20% of the mean sacrifice price. The buy and burn sitting at 7.25%. While that's not necessarily, it's not an immediate benefit, it is a long-term benefit, the buy and burn, right? Because the fees are buying up and then burning PulseX. And then on Cent token, $1.42. And of course, the inflation's been cut on that as well. That is up 0.25% today. PulseX is up 0.75%. And then Hex is at 4800th of a penny, almost 4900th, and that is up 1.3% today. And eHex is sitting at 1500th of a penny. So we're stopped sliding after being hit by the whales and the risk off thing from Iran. But we're currently just breathing here. And on a lazy Sunday, we could have easily have had double-digit declines again today. But we'll have to see how it goes tomorrow with the stock market, just like everything else. See how it's stable, and of course what the response is of Iran over the next few days. Will they come to the table? Will they try to be tough, like a wounded wolf backed into the corner or something like that? We'll see. All right, so that is the play. Let's have a look at the gas prices. We've got 1.1 million beats at the moment, just under 1 penny, and to do a PulseX swap, 9/10 of a penny. The validators. Valos are back up slightly again. So it looks like we're up, I don't know, 10, maybe 20, 30 valos or something, to 50,198. And the bridge activity, which we've been following quite strongly. I haven't got my custom chart today because I haven't updated the data. But here we are at $81.3 million. And that looks about 250K down, or maybe slightly up from yesterday, maybe slightly down from yesterday. I'm just trying to remember what we were yesterday. We were 81.2, 81.6, one of those two. I'm not sure. So we're either up or down, but we're in the same vicinity on what that is. I can't remember exactly what it was yesterday. 81.35 is where we are, but we're in the ballpark of what we had yesterday. All right, so that's kind of where we are, and so yeah, we've been hit. Looks like things have slowed down for the time being, so that's a good thing. There we go. Maybe in the buying zone right now, right? We'll have to see though. We'll have to see what happens this week. Could be pretty volatile. You can have a couple of weeks of volatility. It all goes on top of each other, especially if Iran takes the fighting route, as they say. All right, so that's kind of the case there on PulseChain. Let's have a look at the overall markets. We're sitting at 11.8 million. I think we were at 12.2 yesterday. So we're at 11.8 million today. Transactions, 223,000. And let's have a look at some of the better performers here on Dex Screener's default view, which is we've got on the 24-hour ranking. It's 6-hour default, but I've got on the 24-hour. We got BBC coin, so from 9-inch. That's the incentive token on 9-inch exchange, and that is up 25%. So nice little bump there. 26k volume on 153k liquidity. Let's have a quick look at that, shall we? On the BBC. Let me know if anyone else is. Look at that big pump there today. It came out of nowhere. Look at that. What the heck? So we're doing about $1,000 or $1,500 or that sort of thing. A couple of low days as well, in the hundreds, and then suddenly we get 26k. So who knows? Who knows? Was it Hexy Bastard? Was it him? Who knows? Who knows? But we've had these pumps before. Look, bam, these pumps come out of nowhere. But here we are at 8600th of a penny, and that's pushed everything back up quite a bit there. So there we go. And you decide. Let's have a look at the weekly here on BBC. That's the weekly chart there. So yeah, I mean, we're still down relatively low off the bottom. We were down at 0.7 of a penny. We now got pumped up to the 8600th of a penny. So there we go. And ticking away there, ticking away. That is the BBC. All right. Now, what else we got? They got TFC. So there was a live stream on, wasn't there, the other day with I think the Mo. And they had a nice panel there, and they covered the Fitzgerald company. That's up 10.5%. Some builder, isn't it? A builder in America somewhere. 9-inch is the other one. So BBC and 9-inch getting pumped today. So let's have a look at 9-inch. This is the main coin, of course, for the exchange. And we see the weekly coin, and we're coming bouncing off the bottom. We're down at 6 zeros. 9,400. We're now at 5 zeros at 1,040. So we lost the zero there on this pump. Let's go to the daily chart there and have a look at that. There's the daily chart. Yeah, so we got 43,000 pumped through the pair here against 112k. So that's pushed it back to a market cap of 1 million on 9-inch Dex there. So that is kind of cool news there. So have a quick look at 9-inch Dex volume. 210k volume on there, and I guess it's mostly from BBC 9-inch and some Solidex as well, pumping through most of their volume through 9-inch Dex there. So very cool. All right, that's the play. Let's get into the rest of the markets. We've got UFO at the moment up 5%. We've got PMX 500 up 4.3%. Ring pump tires. So these are both pump tires, aren't they? Up 4%. Remember, OG WebChef up 3.6%. Time dividend is up 2.8%. So yeah, we've got a few of the Dexes on the move today. Interesting. That's pretty interesting. Little counterintuitive. So unless someone's pumping them, a market maker's in the house, right? Yeah, we're at 3.6%. Sorry, 2.8% on time. And of course, they've reached 80,000 downloads on time dividend. So that's going to be pretty interesting. We've got Dow token at the moment. Another pump tires up 2.5%. PulseX in the mix, of course, up 1.9%, and X Game, which has been well oversold from the looks of it, is down up 1.6%. We've got X as well, up 0.7% there. Teddy Bear, Atropa is up 0.2% there. Fetch Oracle up 0.2%. I'm not sure whether Jacob's going to be using this, but we had an update from Signum Oracle. We're expecting Tetra to launch and then Signum Oracle to launch. They've been delayed. But hopefully we'll get an update on Tetra. In fact, let's see if I've got one actually. Let's see. I might, because I asked a question, yesterday. As you do when you're walking around the street, right? It's casually. Hey, Tetra. Hey, how's it going? You guys got any updates? Okay, so apparently there's nothing to update right now. There will be after this coming working week. So apparently there's going to be an update after the week ahead. So it looks like maybe not this week, but the next week we'll get an update from Tetra. That's from directly from Stu last night. So that's kind of cool. Thanks for that, Stu. All right, so that was kind of cool. The previous update had been on the 6th of June. So that was 2 weeks ago. Or over 2 weeks, is it? And that is that we have been backing up the code and files this week, preparing a clean development machine for doing final builds and applying the application skin. All bugs and issues are now fully resolved, and we will be looking to lock in a V1 backups and get things ready for release. Have a great weekend. So that's the latest update. Is that there's nothing further to add to that update on the 6th of June, but there will be after the coming working week. So they're obviously doing a few more tidy ups there to get that over the line. I'm sure they'll be relieved once they do. That will be Tetra, and then we're expecting within about 2 days from that to have a Signum Oracle launch, which would be an enabler potentially for a PUSD algo from Jacob. Now, Jacob did have an update as well, so we might as well quickly talk about that from PUSD algo. And let's have a look where that is at too. So let's do. I was actually asking a question about that. So apparently there were some questions about that in the Telegram. Jacob responded to some of those concerns, saying launch is happening. We are way too far in development to abandon it, which is obviously positive news. And I believe it's a fantastic product that needs to get the day of light. Infrastructure is an important part of the layer one. Obviously, we're talking about oracles here, like Signum and Fetch Oracle. And PulseChain is relatively young still. I would have hoped we'd had an oracle by now, which we do. We have Fetch Oracles. I'm a little bit confused by that statement, but I'm sure we eventually will get one. Multiple teams are working on it here. So that was from the 19th of June. So I was a little bit confused by that comment, since that we have the Fetch Oracle. So I'm not quite sure what he means by that. Anyway, maybe he's just referring primarily to the Signum because that's the one they want to use. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Right, so that is PUSD algo as well. So there we are. There are 3 quick updates based on Telegram information. Yeah, so we got what else? We got Ink Dollar up 30% there, and Doubt Token as well up slightly, Hex up slightly, and PulseX up slightly. So they're all slightly in green. Everything else is slightly out of the money. Obviously, we've got some peers here that are slightly out as well, but that's the rest of them. So we've got SolidX is out. So SolidX these will probably all be when hindsight, once all the X game launches and everything else, SolidX will probably be, at the moment is completely out of, oversold, although it's holding up pretty well, given the down days that we've had over the last week, which seem to have cooled off at the moment. But $8.28. So all the big news comes out for that. It's going to be pretty exciting to see that play out. So yeah, look forward to some big things happening there from Firewell and SolidX. The other thing is, of course, who knows, we may see, once we get a bit of a positive sentiment in the markets, maybe we see Teddy Bear and Troper get a bit of a rally from James Maria's community, and maybe James Maria himself. We shall see. Loved at the moment is down 3%. And what else? Loan Token down as well. So I've got a few of these down through here. A lot of OG WebChef ones, Gas Token, Gas Station, PC the Greys down here as well. As you guys know, it's one of my Magnificent 7. Doesn't mean that they can't dip though, right? That's what happens in the markets, right? This is in the markets. Yeah, so we've got them down here. We've got OG WebChef, we've got Top Hat from Crypto Coffee down 6.5% here. Obviously saw Sun Minimal had a big sell-off because a lot of people got free coins, and the company's not launching things as fast as they initially intended, which is pretty normal. We get that from developers and corporates. So we'll just have to, that's a long-term hold in terms of Sun Minimum. But we will wait, and as soon as we know stuff about that, we may have an update today, actually. We'll see whether that comes out. I'll let you guys know tomorrow if I see that update. And what else? Teddy Toko down as well, 16.6% on Teddy. It has been slammed, hasn't it? Hasn't it been slammed? Like particularly slammed. And yeah, yesterday it got slammed big time, and it went down to 1/10 of a cent. Sorry, now at 0.14 of a cent there, but well below its 0.8 of a penny, almost 0.9 of a penny back up here. So that has been really brutal. That's got Moon King and Ian and Heinisch right backing these. So that has been smashed pretty hard. Now they did a top 23 coins or something, and they have PDC. I think they had Teddy in there as well, so I have to go back and check that, but I think that was the case. I could check it now, but it'd take too long. 87.7% down from that top inside 39 days, so that was pretty brutal. currently still down 84% there. So it might be a good little pickup. The RSI is sitting at oversold at 28. So that's probably a buy signal. Once again, not financial advice, but do your own due diligence on that one. But just going by the RSI and the fact that it's down so brutally could be the play. We shall see. All right, so that is the markets. Obviously, the market's been, we had the big whale sell. We've had a lot of capital. I talked about it, got as big as $2.8 million. I think we've got closer to down to about $2.2 million. I haven't done the bridge overnight, so that may have improved. I do not know. It may have gotten a bit weakened, but we definitely had got through the worst of it so far, and that will just depend on, I guess, if there's any more calamity around the Iranian issue. So we shall see where that lands. But we definitely calmed down over the weekend on PulseChain, and you can kind of see that in the markets. It's not brilliant, but it's kind of chill on the markets overall. All right, so how are we doing for time? 41 minutes on the hour, so not bad. Now, I don't think we've got much action on Titanix, but we did have a little bit of action on information on X1. So yeah, we could go find that. Let me go find that and pull that up. So we did have some information on X1. So we're moving away from PulseChain now. Let me see. I think I saved it to bookmarks. So let me have a look. Yeah, so we've got this one from ZenPub. Should we read this? Let me just double check it first. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes. But this is this is not financial advice, but we're going to check it out anyway. And that was ZenPub here, which is the big data site for X1. Zen basically said X1 will use the Meteora AG Alpha Vault to enable fair bot resistant access to XNT token launch on Solana. Remember, XNT is going to be essentially the once X1 chain, which is a fork of Solana, is going to be the main feed coin. So it looks like they're doing a launch on Solana of that. Where to stake, X1 will use Meteora Alpha Vault. What to stake is staking USDC, the Solana version, or Sol, the token, the fee coin. Fully refundable and user controlled until TGE. And minimum stake $100. How to stake, connect your Solana wallet, stake to the X1 whitelist pool. And you can obviously use a Phantom wallet for that. Why more staked equals more points, better whitelist access, whitelist allocation by XNT at $1 to $2 fixed price. No one knows what that price is going to be, of course. No guess wars, no sniping equals fair access, as they say. And that is the little bit of white paper that they give out for that strategic release plan, XNT liquidity on Solana. So that's looks like something they're doing on the ZenPub, and I don't think that relates to X1 from Jack Sullivan, which is going to be on its own chain. So I'm not sure where that document's come from, whether it's their own, which I think is the case, or whether it's because Jack Levin's doing this capital raise at the moment. So I haven't connected those dots. So just take note of that. All right, so that is pretty much where we are there. So it's probably the only other news. Yeah, Titanix really hasn't had much action happening. And I haven't updated the bridge numbers, so I'll do that for tomorrow's live stream. So that's pretty much it for today. Let's see where the futures go on the stock market during the rest of the day, how the stock market goes overnight. But can Bitcoin hold on to 100K and obviously dip below that? So it's not a positive sign. So fingers crossed for that tomorrow. And PulseChain's kind of chill, which is probably not too bad for a Sunday. Typically, that might have been another double-digit down day. And though that is the case for some coins like Teddy Takeover, let's hopefully it holds on for the rich altcoins, which is slightly in the green at the moment. So yeah, good pickup zone after a big sell-off with the bridge and the big whales. Let's see where we go from here for the week ahead. Certainly, volatility is the world we're in, at least for the next week, it seems. On the positive note, we may get some trade deals out of Trump. We'll see. They're definitely lined up, so I think it's going to be pretty strategic from the way he wants to use the trade deals in terms of creating the maximum impact and value. So we'll see if we get some this week. All right, hope you enjoyed that one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. And yeah, don't forget to share the show around on X. Don't forget to get into the poll and vote on where you think Pulse is going over the next 3 months. And also, we had Strategy Club, so don't forget to check out the Strategy Club. You can either use the link in the video description or in the chat there from Wookie. and join up the strategy club today. Only $35 a month, so fantastic value there. And you get monthly strategy reports as well as daily intel or regular intel, and strategy chats, and top 10 lists. You get access to the top 10 as well. So join up today for that one. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you on the next show. The Monster Thread is probably coming out later today or tomorrow, so keep a lookout for that. Week number 7, get all the hottest news over the last week. And MVS Crypto, our promotional lead, is working hard on that one, so that's coming out very soon. And there's some very cool stuff in it, I can tell you that. Some very cool stuff into that, so keep a lookout for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. I'm going to play out. Maybe I'll play out one of the cool videos we've been watching about, the banana part of the market, which we're getting very close to for sure. Barring geopolitics, game on, right? Game on. All right. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, everybody. And bye for now.
Not a mystery. It is a repeat of the debt cycle. They are rolling the debts. They are doing the same thing. Each cycle is not to do with a halving cycle, nothing to do with any of that. It's all driven by liquidity cycle and funding of debts. Each phase, we get phase 1 of the banana zone, banana number 1. The corrective zone, banana number 2 comes. Another correction, banana number 3. So this is the banana zone. So that's what happened in 2020, 2021. Off we go. Sorry, that was 2017, which again looks very similar to this one. That was the last one. Here we are now. It can't be clearer to me. I've shown you the macro evidence, the technical evidence, the sentiment evidence. Everything here suggests to me that hold on to your hats, don't fuck this up, don't lose control of your tokens, don't use leverage, don't get your wallet hacked, just sit with it, be careful, don't get FOMO, do all of the right things, and we'll go up to the next phase of correction zone. That's going to be harder, because the next one that happens, we'll have a 35% drop, and you'll all say, is it over? And you'll definitely be sure it's over, and everybody on Twitter will tell you it's over, and it won't be over. By our work, we suggest that because of the elongation of the business cycle, because rates were higher for longer, the forward-looking liquidity suggests that, again, probabilistically speaking, without any guarantees, this whole thing goes into Q1, maybe Q2 of 2026, which would align with Trump's, trying to win the midterms as well. So everything's lined up for us. I think it started. So keep the faith, keep building stuff, and let's keep driving Siri forward with all of this. Thank you.
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment, because it's easier to get them, because it takes less economic energy, because there's less of it for sale.